This will probably be my last look back at 2022 before looking ahead to 2023. Let's do something stupid but fun. Let's find the best player per jersey number from last season. Some of these numbers are loaded with talent, others aren't, and I think that'll be clear once I get up past the 60s. Number 0, Andres Gimenez of the Guardians. Better than Stroman, better than Ottavino, Gimenez had a breakout year hitting almost 300, an 837 OPS and a 7.4 WAR. Number 1, Jeff McNeil of the Mets. This was not a hard pick. His .327 batting average led the National League. Number 2, Xander Bogaerts of the Red Sox. You had Yandy Diaz, Alex Bregman, and Luis Arraez, but Bogaerts hit .307 with an 833 OPS and a 5.9 WAR. Number 3, Taylor Ward of the Angels. It was very tough to give this to Ward and not Bryce Harper or Jeremy Pena, but Harper only played 99 games and Pena's stats weren't good enough. Ward hit 23 homers and had an 833 OPS. Number 4, Carlos Correa of the Twins. George Springer was close, but Correa had a better WAR and OPS, so I gave him the edge. Number 5, Freddie Freeman of the Dodgers. As good as Albert Pujols was, Freddie Freeman played in all but 2 games, hit .325 and had a 918 OPS. Number 6, Trey Turner of the Dodgers. This could have gone to Starling Marte, but Turner had a slightly better OPS and played in all but 1 game. Number 7, Julio Urias of the Dodgers. I almost went with Dansby Swanson, but Urias started 31 games and had a .216 ERA. Gotta give him the edge. Number 8, Ian Happ of the Cubs. Easy call here. 17 homers, .271 average, 782 OPS, 4.4 WAR. Number 9, Brandon Nimmo of the Mets. Jake Cronenworth and Gavin Lux were close, but Nimmo was the only one with an 800 OPS. Number 10, JT Realmuto of the Phillies. Brian Reynolds was somewhat close, but Realmuto still had a better OPS and played great defense, finishing with a 6.5 WAR. Number 11, Jose Ramirez of the Guardians. Rafael Devers had a better OPS, but Ramirez had more home runs, way more RBI, and stole 20 bases. A 6 WAR to Devers' 4.4. Number 12, Francisco Lindor of the Mets. This was a tough one. Kyle Schwarber had 46 homers. Hunter Renfroe had a better OPS, but Lindor's offense was rock solid, and his defense helped him get a 5.5 WAR. Number 13, Manny Machado of the Padres. He had such an awesome year and nobody else was close. Not even Ronald Acuna. 32 homers, 102 RBI, barely under a 300 average and 900 OPS. Number 14, Bryan De La Cruz of the Marlins. For some reason, 14 is not a stacked number. De La Cruz had a solid year with 13 homers and a 725 OPS. Number 15, Gio Urshela of the Twins. Seth Brown had almost twice as many homers, but Urshela had a much higher WAR, a much higher batting average, and got the edge on OPS. Number 16, Carlos Rodon of the Giants. It was between him and Will Smith of the Dodgers, but Rodon's year was so good, 178 innings and a 288 ERA. Number 17, Shohei Ohtani of the Angels. I mean, what else do you want? 34 homers and an 875 OPS, plus 28 starts and a 233 ERA. You're going to be telling your grandkids how you got to watch Shohei Ohtani. Number 18, Shane McClanahan of the Rays. Not much competition here, but he was the Cy Young favorite for a lot of the season. 28 starts and a 254 ERA. Number 19, Tommy Edman of the Cardinals. Some guys had a better OPS than Edman, like Mark Hanna and Charlie Blackmon, but you gotta respect his all-around game. 32 stolen bases and elite defense all around the infield, finishing with a 6.3 WAR. Number 20, Pete Alonso of the Mets. 40 bombs, 131 RBI, 869 OPS. This was an underrated season and only finished 8th for MVP. Number 21, Max Scherzer of the Mets. Even missing a month, he still put in 23 starts and had a 2.29 ERA. Not bad for an old man. Number 22, Sandy Alcantara of the Marlins. It's hard to beat Juan Soto, and Clayton Kershaw had the same ERA at 2.28, but Alcantara beat Kershaw by 102 innings pitched, on his way to the NL Cy Young. Number 23, Michael Harris of the Braves. You also had Jock Peterson and Zach Gallen. You could have gone with any of them, but Harris came up in late May and still had 19 homers, stole 20 bags, and had an 853 OPS, winning the Rookie of the Year. Number 24, Triston McKenzie of the Guardians. 30 starts and a sub-3 ERA. What else can I say? Number 25, CJ Cron of the Rockies. Byron Buxton and Anthony Santander were very good, but I gave Cron the edge. 29 homers, 102 RBI, 783 OPS. Buxton was better, but played in 58 less games. Number 26, Tony Gonsolin of the Dodgers. Another guy with a breakout year. He was 16-1 over 24 starts and a 2.14 ERA. Number 27, Mike Trout of the Angels. So much firepower here. You have Aaron Nola, plus Altuve, Riley, and Vlad Jr., but even missing a month of action, Trout had 40 homers and a 999 OPS. Number 28, Nolan Arenado of the Cardinals. Matt Olson was good, but not this good. 30 homers, 103 RBI, 293 average, 891 OPS, and elite defense, finishing with a 7.9 WAR. Number 29, Cal Raleigh of the Mariners. In his 119 games behind the plate, he hit 27 homers and had a 774 OPS. Number 30, Nathaniel Lowe of the Rangers. Even better than Kyle Tucker, Alejandro Kirk, and Kyle Wright. Lowe had a great season under the radar. 302 average, 27 homers, 851 OPS. Number 31, Tyler Anderson of the Dodgers. Cedric Mullins was good, but Anderson was part of that awesome Dodgers rotation. 28 starts and a 2.57 ERA. Number 32, Colin McHugh of the Braves. He was great out of the pen. 58 games, 69 innings, 2.60 ERA. Number 33, Brendan Donovan of the Cardinals. Not a lot of great options here, but Donovan was solid. Not much power, but a good average and almost a 400 on-base percentage, finishing with a 773 OPS. Number 34, Kevin Gausman of the Blue Jays. A lot of pitchers with 34, and Gausman was the best one. 31 starts, 3.35 ERA. Number 35, Justin Verlander of the Astros. As good as Adley Rutschman was in his rookie year, Verlander was out of this world. 28 starts, 18-4 record, 1.75 ERA, and a third Cy Young Award. Number 36, Dylan FLORO of the Marlins. This was a weak field, but FLORO was good. 56 games, 10 saves, 3.02 ERA. Number 37, Teoscar Hernandez of the Blue Jays. Andrew Chafin and Paul Sewald were good, but Hernandez had a great year. 25 homers and an 807 OPS. Number 38, Devin Williams of the Brewers. Stephen Kwan was awesome, but Williams just keeps getting better. 65 games, 15 saves, 193 ERA. Number 39, Edwin Diaz of the Mets. It was him or Corbin Burns, but Diaz was the best closer in baseball in 2022. 61 games, 32 saves, 131 ERA. Number 40, Wilson Contreras of the Cubs. Not a loaded number, but Contreras was good with 22 homers and an 815 OPS. Number 41, Adrian Sampson of the Cubs. Wilmer Flores and Joe Ryan were also in the mix, but Sampson had a 3.11 ERA over 19 starts. Number 42 is obviously retired across baseball, but everyone wears number 42 on Jackie Robinson Day, April 15th. On that day, Adam Frazier of the Mariners had the best game. He was 4 for 5, scoring 2 runs and driving in 4. Number 43, Alexis Diaz of the Reds. Lots of pitchers with this number. Patrick Sandoval was very good, but Diaz appeared in 59 games, had 10 saves, and a 1.84 ERA. Number 44, Yordan Alvarez of the Astros. Not many guys could beat Julio Rodriguez, but Alvarez did it. 3.06 average, 37 homers, 10.19 OPS. Number 45, Ryan Stanek of the Astros. Zach Wheeler and Garrett Cole were very good starters, but this reliever beat them out. He appeared in 59 games and had an insane 1.15 ERA. Number 46, Paul Goldschmidt of the Cardinals. He was the NL MVP, so obviously, here he is. 3.17 average, 35 homers, 115 RBI, 981 OPS. Number 47, Jason Adam of the Rays. He was such a weapon out of the bullpen. 67 games, 8 saves, and a 1.56 ERA. Number 48, Emmanuel Clase of the Guardians. Speaking of weapons out of the bullpen, Clase is the class of the American League. 77 games, 42 saves, 1.36 ERA. Number 49, Pablo Lopez of the Marlins. I almost gave this to Kendall Graveman, but Lopez had a lot more work. 32 starts, 180 innings, 3.75 ERA. Number 50, Mookie Betts of the Dodgers. One of the best all-around players. He had 35 homers, an 873 OPS, and a 6.4 WAR. Number 51, Alex Vesia of the Dodgers. It was him or David Bednar of the Pirates. But saves aside, Vesia played in 18 more games and had a better ERA at 2.15. Number 52, Anthony Bass of the Marlins and the Blue Jays. He had 45 great outings with the Marlins with a 1.41 ERA. Then he goes to the Blue Jays for 28 more games, posting a 1.75 ERA. Overall, that 1.54 ERA over 73 games was amazing, even better than Daniel Bard and Bryan Abreu. Number 53, Christian Walker of the Diamondbacks. Christian Javier and Brandon Woodruff almost broke in. Adolis Garcia also had a look, but Walker had a great season, missing just one game, 36 homers, 94 RBI, 804 OPS. Number 54, Max Fried of the Braves. This was his breakout year, and he finished second for Cy Young. 30 starts and a 2.48 ERA. Number 55, Ryan Pressly of the Astros. Baseball's best team had a great closer. 50 games, 33 saves, and a 2.98 ERA. Number 56, Ryan Helsley of the Cardinals. I think this guy is an underrated closer. 54 games, 19 saves, 1.25 ERA. Number 57, Shane Bieber of the Guardians. Drew Rasmussen was right there with Bieber. He actually has the edge in ERA, but Bieber pitched 54 more innings so he gets the nod. Number 58, Cionel Perez of the Orioles. I almost went with Scott Barlow, but Perez was so good with his 1.40 ERA over 66 games. Number 59, Evan Phillips of the Dodgers. With all due respect to the season Framber Valdez had, or Johan Duran had, Phillips pitched 64 games and had a 1.14 ERA, really saving the Dodger bullpen. Number 60, Jesse Chavez of the Braves. 59 was loaded, 60 not so much. Chavez pitched in 46 games but had a good 2.72 ERA. Number 61, Erasmo Ramirez of the Nationals. Here's a name to pay attention to. He pitched in 60 games, 86 innings, a 2.92 ERA. Number 62, Logan Webb of the Giants. Another great season for Webb. 32 starts, going 15-9, 192 innings, and a 2.90 ERA. Number 63, Lucas Luetge of the Yankees. He gives up a lot of hits, but doesn't let them score. 50 games, 57 innings, 2.67 ERA. Number 64, Dean Kramer of the Orioles. It was him or Jose Miranda, and I went with Kramer for his 21 starts and 3.23 ERA. Number 65, Nestor Cortez of the Yankees. Spencer Strider had more strikeouts, but Cortez had more innings and a better ERA, finishing at 2.44. Number 66, Bryan Abreu of the Astros. He also wore 52 this year, but my options weren't great here, so I'll give him 66. He was awesome. 55 games, 60 innings, 1.94 ERA. Number 67, Kyle Finnegan of the Nationals. 66 games, 11 saves, 3.51 ERA. Not a lot of competition here. Number 68, Jordan Romano of the Blue Jays. No brainer here. 63 games, 36 saves, 2.11 ERA. Number 69, Bo Sulser of the Pirates. Only 3 players with this number. I wonder why. Anyway, he was in 4 games, 9 2/3 innings, 3.72 ERA. Number 70, David Villar of the Giants. Not a lot of good options. Villar only played in 52 games but had 9 homers and a 787 OPS. Number 71, Giovanni Moran of the Twins. Josh Hader was good for a lot of the year, but his final numbers were so bad. So here's Moran. 31 games, 40 innings, 2.21 ERA. Number 72, Garrett Whitlock of the Red Sox. He started 9 games, came out of the bullpen for another 22, and finished with 78 innings and a 3.45 ERA. Number 73, Hunter Harvey of the Nationals. He only pitched 38 games and 39 innings, but he had a solid 2.52 ERA. Number 74, Felix Bautista of the Orioles. There are some good 74s out there. Nabil Crismatt, Kenley Jansen, Eloy Jimenez, but Bautista appeared in 65 games, 65 innings, 15 saves, and a 2.19 ERA. Number 75, Andres Munoz of the Mariners. Some other good relievers on here, like Robert Suarez and Camilo Doval, but Munoz was in 64 games, 65 innings, and a 2.49 ERA. Number 76, Zach Kelly of the Red Sox. Only 13 games and 13 innings with a 3.95 ERA, but only 8 guys wore 76 last year. Number 77, Luis Garcia of the Astros. Joe Jimenez, Chris Flexen, good but not quite there. Garcia had 28 starts, 157 innings, and a 3.72 ERA. Number 78, Michael Grove of the Dodgers. He's the only 78 to put in any decent time. 6 starts, 29 innings, and a 4.60 ERA. Number 79, Jose Abreu of the White Sox. Another solid season, but not his best. 3.05 average, 15 homers, 75 RBI, 8.24 OPS. Number 80, Spencer Watkins of the Orioles. Of the 3 options I had, he had an actual season. 20 starts, 105 innings, 4.70 ERA. Number 81, Huascar Brazaban of the Marlins. He only appeared in 27 games, 32 innings, but had a good 3.09 ERA. Number 82, Kelvin Gutierrez of the Orioles. I only had 2 options, and he had a 143 average, 429 OPS over 12 games, and here he is at the top of 82. Number 83, Charles LeBlanc of the Marlins. He played in 48 games, hitting 2 homers and a 723 OPS. It was him or Kyle Stowers, and he beat him out. Number 84, Dylan Cease of the White Sox. Only 5 guys with 84, but this one happened to finish second for the AL Cy Young. 32 starts, 184 innings, and a 2.20 ERA. Number 85, Luis Cessa of the Reds. Dustin May was out too much to be considered, so here's Cessa. 10 games starting, 36 out of the pen, 80 innings and a 4.57 ERA. Number 86, Clark Schmidt of the Yankees. He was a good arm out of the Yankees bullpen. 29 games, 3 starts, 57 innings, 3.12 ERA. Number 87, Joey Krabel of the Orioles. Not a bad season. 56 games, 57 innings, 3.90 ERA. Number 88, Luis Robert of the White Sox. It's just him and Phil Maton, and both guys could have won. Robert played in 98 games, hitting 12 homers, a 284 average and 746 OPS. Number 89, Tanner Houck of the Red Sox. 32 games, 4 starts, 60 innings and a 3.15 ERA. Not bad. Number 90, Adam Simber of the Blue Jays. He's one of the busiest relievers in baseball. 77 games, 70 innings, 2.80 ERA. Number 91, Oswald Peraza of the Yankees. Him and Matt Gage had a small sample size, but both were good. Peraza played in 18 games, hitting .306 with an 832 OPS. Number 92, Genesis Cabrera of the Cardinals. 39 games, 44 innings, and a 4.63 ERA. He's just going up against two Yankees who wore 92 over a total of 12 games. Number 93, Yimi Garcia of the Blue Jays. 61 games and 61 innings, a solid 3.10 ERA. Number 94, Andre Jackson of the Dodgers. He only pitched 4 games and covered 9 innings, but he had a 1.86 ERA. Number 95, Oswaldo Cabrera of the Yankees. He is the only player that wore 95 last year, and he played in 44 games, batting .247 and had 6 homers with a 740 OPS. Number 96 was unused last year. Number 97, Ron Marinaccio of the Yankees. He is also the only player that wore 97 last year, pitching in 40 games and 44 innings, an ERA of 2.03. Number 98 was also unused last year. Number 99, Aaron Judge of the Yankees. There were 9 guys who wore 99 last year, but it's Aaron Judge, so guys like James Karinchak, Taijuan Walker, and Alex Verdugo. Too bad. Judge hit .311, an AL record 62 homers, 131 RBI, 1111 OPS. He was the runaway AL MVP. So that's it for that long list. Let me know if you disagree with my picks, and if you have any other thoughts on these players, sound off in the comments below. If you're wondering, the Dodgers led the list with 10. The Yankees after them with 7, including the last 3. 27 teams were on here. Just the A's, Royals, and Tigers were left off. Before you go, don't forget to drop a like. And if you're new here and love baseball, please give me a sub. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.